Hi Nana, very good morning. Today we will start a new lesson known as study of gas laws. Study of gas laws. So what are gas laws? Gas laws. Actually, the laws which explain about the behavior of gases are said to be gas laws. Okay, the laws or else the principles which explains about the behavior of the gas are known as gas laws. Okay, we will. There are so many gas laws. Different scientists they have studied the behavior of the gas, and they have proposed different laws. So all those laws we will study, and that study is said to be study of gas laws. Okay. So actually, there is a theory known as kinetic theory. Okay, kinetic theory of matter. So this kinetic theory, this theory, it explains about the matter, how the matter will be and how the matter behaves. According to kinetic theory of matter, so every matter, whatever the matter it may be, it is made up of smallest particles called as molecules. It, okay, according to kinetic theory of matter, so whatever the matter it may be, either it may be a piece of chalk or else a stone or else a ball or else an organism or else a plant material, a leaf, a fruit or else whatever the thing you take, it is made up of matter, and that matter is made up of very tiniest particles called as molecules. And such matter mainly exists in three different states, either in solid state or liquid state or in gaseous state. So whatever the state that matter may exist, either in solid or liquid or gas, okay, in every state that matter is made up of what? Tiniest particles. Suppose if you take gas, so gas is made up of very tiniest particles called as molecules, even liquids or else even solids also. Then what makes the difference between the solids, liquids and gases? In solids, if you take all the molecules are closely packed, tightly packed. All the molecules are tightly packed. They are very close together. Whereas in liquid state, the molecules or else the particles, they are somewhat separated. They are somewhat loosely packed. Whereas in gaseous state, the molecules, they are arranged very far away from each other. Okay, the molecules are arranged very far away from each other. Okay, so only the thing which makes the difference between solid, liquid and gases is the arrangement of particles or else the arrangement of molecules. If the molecules are very tightly packed, okay, then it is said to be solid state of matter. The same molecules, if they are loosely packed, then that matter is said to be in liquid state. And the same molecules, if are very far away from each other, okay, like this, then that matter is said to be in gaseous state. Okay, so now we will learn the basic difference between solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. Okay, so already we have seen in solid state all the molecules are tightly packed, in liquid state loosely packed, and gaseous state so they are freely, they are not, there is no packing, so they are free, the molecules are present freely, they move as they like, right? See, there are certain there are certain characteristics we can learn about the matter, so which explains about the matter. So for example, if you take shape, solid shape, I mean the matter in solid form, so it does not, it have a particular shape, it has a definite shape. So S is solid, L is liquid and G is gases. So, so for solids, the shape is definite shape. For example, if you take a stone it is having a definite shape. But if you take water, liquid, so will it have any definite shape? No. We can change the shape of the water. Okay, but solid, if you take duster, so it is having a definite shape. So that means solids will have a definite shape, whereas liquids, no definite shape. No definite shape. Then what is the shape of the liquid? Suppose if I pour a liquid in a container which is rectangular in shape, then the shape of the liquid will be rectangular. If I pour the same liquid in a container which is spherical shape, then the shape of the water that liquid is spherical. Okay, if I pour the liquid in a container which is having star shape, then the liquid is said to be having star shape. That means there is no definite shape for that liquid. So the shape of the liquid is nothing but what? Shape of the liquid is nothing but shape of the container. Shape of the container itself. Shape of the container, okay, itself is the shape of the liquid. Okay. Shape of the container itself is the shape of the liquid. So like this. So if you speak about the shape of the liquid, so there is no definite shape. Okay. Now if you take about the gas state, even gases also, they do not have any definite shape. They do not possess any definite shape. Even gases also behave the same way as liquids. So that means no definite shape. No definite shape. Even the gases, they are also will possess the shape of the container into which the gas is poured. If you pour a gas into a rectangular box, then the shape of the gas will be rectangular. If you pour the box in a balloon, then the shape of the gas will be the blown balloon. So in the same way, like that. Okay, the behavior of gases in terms of shape is similar to the behavior of the liquids. Okay, so that means shape of the container itself is the shape of the gases also, right? Next property is volume. See, solids have definite volume. The volume of the solid is a definite volume. So that means if I take a rock, or else if I take this duster, so it is possessing definite volume. If it is possessing definite volume, and the liquid, if you take the volume of the liquid, it does not change. For example, I've taken 1 liter of a liquid. Let us assume water. I've taken 1 liter of water. 1 liter of water. If I pour this 1 liter of water into a vessel which is of 2 liter, if I pour 1 liter of water into a 2 liter vessel, so what happens? The level of the water in the 2 liter vessel will be half only. This water will occupy only half of the volume. Why? Because so up to here only 1 liter. So if this it cannot fill the entire container, because here the liquid will possess a definite volume. It cannot increase its volume. Though this liquid is poured into 2 liter vessel, but still it occupies only 1 liter volume in that 2 liter vessel. That means it is understood that liquid have definite volume. The volume of the liquid does not change. Now if you take gas, suppose, so this is gas, so 1 liter of gas. So 1 liter of gas I have taken, and that 1 liter of gas, if I transfer into 2 liter vessel, so 1 liter of gas, if I transfer into 2 liter vessel, what happens? So will they occupy only 1 liter? No, it does not occupy 1 liter. It will occupy entire volume, entire available volume. That means 1 liter of gas, when it is emptied, when it is poured into 2 liter vessel, now that gas will occupy the entire 2 liters. That means that gas does not possess any definite volume. Its volume changes with the volume of the vessel. So that means no definite volume. No definite volume. Gases does not possess any definite volume. Then what is the volume of the gas? It is nothing but volume of the container is the volume of the gas. Volume of the container is the volume of the container is the volume of the gas. Okay. So in this way, the gases, liquids and solids, they differ. Okay. They differ in these respects. Next, fluidity. What is the meaning of fluidity? Flowing. Okay. So solid substance. Suppose if I take a rock, it cannot flow. But if I take water or else any liquid, it flows. It flows. So what is fluidity? Fluidity is nothing but flowing nature. So solid is not a fluid. It is not a fluid. Whereas liquid will flow. Hence, it is fluidity. And even gases also will flow. Hence, gases also possess fluidity. So solids does not possess fluidity. Fluidity means flowing nature. So liquids, they possess fluidity, and even gases also possess fluidity. Okay. So like this, the solid, liquid and gases, they differ. Next, IMS. What is IMS? Intermolecular spaces. Intermolecular spaces. What is the meaning of intermolecular spaces? Suppose if I take gas, so what happens? This is one molecule, this is another molecule, this is another molecule. Because in gases molecules are far away from each other. Molecules are far away from each other. They are not packed. So there are so many spaces between the molecules. Okay, between the gases molecule there are so many spaces. And these spaces are said to be intermolecular spaces. What are the intermolecular spaces? Intermolecular spaces are the spaces which are present between the molecules, gaseous molecules, or else between the molecules. So in solid state, if you speak, so all the molecules are tightly packed. So there are no intermolecular spaces. Between the molecules there are no spaces. So almost there are no spaces. Intermolecular spaces. Okay, no, or else minimum. Or else almost zero. But in liquids there are very little intermolecular spaces are present. The distance between any two molecules of a gas is called as intermolecular space. Okay, it is far larger in gases. In gases, the intermolecular space is very large. It is very large. Or else intermolecular gaps, intermolecular spaces, or else intermolecular gaps, or else intermolecular distances. We can say the distance between the molecules is said to be intermolecular distances. The spaces between the molecules is said to be intermolecular spaces. Okay. In the same way, intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. What is the meaning of intermolecular force of attraction? So here, when the molecules are far away from each other, so this molecule is not attracted that much by these molecules. Suppose if the molecules are closely packed, or tightly packed, what happens? So this particular molecule, it is attracted by all the molecules by large force of attraction. So in which type of arrangement the force of attraction is large? Either in this arrangement or else in this arrangement. So in this arrangement, okay, the force of attraction between the molecules, is said to be intermolecular force of attraction. So intermolecular force of attraction, it is larger in solid state. Okay, when compared to solid state, in liquid state, the intermolecular force of attraction, it is somewhat less, because the molecules are somewhat far away, little bit far away. Whereas in gaseous state, so the force of attraction of this molecule on this molecule, it is very less when compared to the force of attraction of this molecule on its adjacent molecule in solid state. That means intermolecular force of attraction. If you speak intermolecular force of attraction, so in solid states, the intermolecular force of attraction is maximum. Okay. So in liquid state, okay, so it is medium. Intermolecular force of attraction is medium. Whereas in gaseous state, negligible. There is almost no intermolecular force of attraction. So we can say negligible. Because these molecules, they are not attracted by each other, so that is why they will move away from each other. As they can move away from each other, what happens? They occupy more space. Just because of negligible intermolecular force of attraction between the gaseous molecules, what happens? These gaseous molecules, they move away from each other, and they will try to occupy the entire available space. Okay, that is the reason for why gaseous molecules will occupy entire available space. Why? What is the reason? Because between the gaseous molecules, the intermolecular force of attraction is negligible. As a result of this, the molecule, they move away from each other. As they move away from each other, they will move far away from each other, and they will try to occupy the entire available space. Okay. We will learn about the characteristics of gases on the basis of kinetic theory of matter. Actually, if you speak, if you take any gas, suppose in a container, I have taken gas molecules, or else I have enclosed a gas. What did I do? I have enclosed a gas. That means I have taken gas into a container, into a vessel which is closed vessel. So what did I do? Enclosed. I have enclosed the gas. I have enclosed the gas into a container. So now this enclosed gas, all the gas molecules, they keep on moving in different directions. One molecule may move in this direction, one molecule may move in this direction, one molecule may move in this direction, one molecule may move in this direction. Okay, got it? So that means the molecules of a gas move, they continuously, or else they constantly move. Okay, they constantly move, they keep on moving every time. They do not stay stagnantly at a particular place, they keep on moving. So this particular molecule, after some time, it may come to here, or else it may come here. It may come here, or else it may move up. because all the molecules, they never remain in their position. They keep on moving from one place to another place. They constantly move. That means without any gap. They don't want to take rest. They constantly move. Okay, in straight lines. So they move in straight lines. Suppose if this molecule is there, so it does not move like this. This molecule will move in a straight line always. All the gas molecules, they move in straight lines. Okay, and suppose if this molecule is started to moving in this direction, what happens? It will keep on moving in that direction only. Okay, this molecule, for example, this molecule, if it is started moving in this direction, it will keep on moving in this direction only. So until, I mean, up to what distance it will move, unless until it will hit another molecule. Suppose this molecule is moving in this direction and there is another molecule on its in its direction. Suppose if this molecule come here and hit, if these two molecules hit at some place, what happens? This molecule will change its direction after hitting. Unless until it hitting, one molecule will hit another molecule. That hitting is said to be collision. It is said to be collision. Okay, that means these two molecules are colliding with each other, or else bombarding. Collision or bombard. Okay, bombard. So when molecules bombard, or else when the molecule hit with each other, what happens? They change their direction. Otherwise, they will continue in their own direction, unless until they hit with another molecule. Okay, they will continue to be in its own direction. If they hit with another molecule, what happens? They change their direction. And even if they hit the wall of the container, suppose if this molecule will come and hit the wall of the container, then also it changes its direction. It may change. It may move in any direction after hitting. Okay. That means unless they collide, unless the molecules collide with each other, or else with the wall of the container, they does not change their direction. Okay, so these collisions are random. These collisions are random. That means, random means may collide with any particle. This particle may collide with this particle, or else this particle may collide with this particle. This small particle may collide with this particle. So randomly. Okay, so the collisions are random. Remember, the collisions are random, and hence gas molecules may move in all possible directions. Okay, and in straight lines. Okay, so that means the collisions of molecules is random. Hence, the gas molecule, they move in all possible directions. Okay, so in that process, what happens? They will try to occupy the entire space of the container. So all the molecules, there is no specific direction for a molecule. So any molecule may move in any direction. So as a result of this one, and also there is no intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction for gases is negligible. Hence what happened? They will try to occupy the entire available space. Okay, entire available space of the container. So that is why gaseous molecules, they are occupying this much space, entire available space. If I increase the volume of the container, then the gas molecules will occupy even that space also. So that means the gas molecules will occupy entire available space. What is the reason? Because of their negligible intermolecular forces. Okay, and they move randomly, and they collide randomly. Okay, because of these reasons, what happens? They will try to occupy the entire available space of the container. Solids Solids and liquid, they do not possess such property. Okay, hence solids and liquids almost they have definite volume, whereas gases no definite volume. The volume of the container itself is the volume of the gas. Okay, what is the reason? Because the gas molecules, there is no force of attraction. The force of attraction is negligible. Okay, they collide randomly and they will travel in any direction, any possible directions. In all possible directions they travel. So that is why the volume of the container is nothing but the volume of the gaseous molecule. So like this we can explain about the main difference. These are the main difference between the solid, liquids and gases. So we learn about the characteristics of gases. So characteristics of gases on the basis of kinetic theory. See, look here. Now we will learn the characteristics. So a gases possess certain characteristics. That means some certain special properties. Characteristics means special properties. Okay. What are those special properties possessed by the gas itself? And those properties are not possessed by other forms. Like solid state or liquid state, they does not possess these properties. So hence such properties are said to be characteristics. So now we will learn what are the characteristics of gases. Gases have neither fixed volume nor fixed shape. They do not possess fixed volume or else they do not possess fixed shape. Why? What is the reason? This is because the force of attraction between the gas molecules is negligible. Suppose these are the gas molecules, so they are far away from each other. The force of attraction between the gas molecules is very negligible. That means this molecule is not attracted by the neighboring molecules. So any of the molecule is not attracted by its neighboring molecules. So that is why, so this molecule will freely move away from this one, and even this molecule also will move away from this one. So all molecules will move away from each other. That means they move away from each other. So as they move away from each other, what happens? They will try to occupy more space. They will try to occupy more space because they move. They will try to occupy, they move away from each other and they will try to occupy the entire available space. If they are enclosed in a container, then these molecules will move towards the boundaries of the container, and these molecules will occupy entire volume of the container, or else entire available space in the container. So that is why there is no fixed volume for the gases, or else no fixed shape. Okay, the shape of the gas is nothing but shape of the container, and the volume of the gas is nothing but volume of the container. Next, the second characteristic is gases exert the same pressure in all directions. What is the meaning of pressure? See, suppose this is a container. This is a container. So when gas molecules they move and they collide with the wall of the container. So when the molecules will collide means hit the wall of the container, what happens? Some force is applied. So many gas molecules, they hit the container at a given time. At a particular time, so many gas molecules will hit the container, wall of the container. That means they collide, or else they bombard the wall of the container. So as they collide, what happens? They apply some force. So suppose this is wall and this is gas molecule, and this molecule will apply some force on the wall of the container. So that means, so throughout, suppose if you consider this much area, So in this area, you will find so many molecules, they are applying force on the wall of the container. Okay, so force applied per unit area. Pressure is nothing but what? Force applied by the molecules, force applied by the gas molecules, okay, on per unit area, per unit area, that means per certain area. So the amount of force applied per certain area, okay, that is called as pressure. Okay, suppose, let us assume, so now this is the wall of this container, this is another wall, this is another wall, this is another wall. Now, suppose if you consider certain area on this wall, see the force exerted by the molecules, okay, the force exerted by this molecule over this area, that means force per unit area, force per unit area exerted by the molecules on this wall, okay, it is exactly equal to the force applied by the molecules in the same area. So here how much area if you take on this wall, the same area if you take even on this wall, so the force applied by the molecules on this wall and even on this wall is calculated by the scientists, and it is same. The force exerted by the gas molecules is same, okay, in a given container on all walls per unit area. Suppose if it is 10 units of area, if it is 10 units of area, if it is also 10 units of area, and here also 10 units of area, okay, then the force calculated on all the walls, that means when area is same, then the force calculated and the pressure calculated is same. Okay, that means force exerted per unit area is calculated same in all directions on all the walls of the same container. Okay, and one more thing, see at a particular temperature, so this is maintained, let us assume at 25 degrees centigrade. Now consider that this gas is at 25 degrees centigrade temperature. At a particular temperature, it has been found that the number of molecules striking, okay, per 1 second on this wall, it is exactly equal to the number of molecules striking even on this wall also, and even on this wall also the number of molecules striking is same per unit area. So if you consider per a unit area, so the number of molecules striking in this in particular area on this wall, it is exactly equal to the number of molecules striking on the same area when consider this wall. That means if you take same area in all directions, the number of molecules hitting or else number of molecules striking will be same, and also the pressure exerted, okay, per unit area, it is same in all directions. Thus we can say that the same pressure is exerted in all directions. Okay, the same pressure is exerted in all directions. So like this, this is one of the special property of the gas. We will learn the other properties in the next class.